Hey, thanks so much for being a paying member on this channel. Green Room is a daily segment that is only viewable to the paying members when it's live, and we appreciate you guys so much for being at Member Plus and VIP. People continue to upgrade and pick up Member Plus, and we thank you so much for that. And if you ever try to watch this later, it'll be in that members only playlist if you want to watch that VOD. We're still making that available to you as well, and we appreciate your support of the channel and your patronage. If you're watching the end of the previous stream, you can come with us. You just got to grab a Member Plus membership for $6. I'm going to end that stream and change that thumbnail because we're no longer live over there. Okay. Where? There we go. Okay. Let me go to my volume mixer. So we ended that stream with, let's just look here, 36,000 impressions. So the impression count was better today. And CTR was great. We got a lot of clicks. I think our experiment worked. As I said, at some point last night in the morning, both yesterday's past broadcast and the upload pulled up like that. I really do. I think when you limit what can hit the homepage, it really does help. Like we again have seen like almost immediate results, you know. So, and that's kind of what that's kind of what I've come to expect whenever GTA 6 is in the title and the thumb, is that we get like strong search, we get pretty strong impressions, and then we have a pretty solid day, you know. Great show today. Made a good day out of not a lot of news. I appreciate that. Madam's going to watch you play Death Stranding. Are you looking for Belladonna? That's right. That's right, dude. Are you looking for Belladonna? Weren't the impressions on the same mark? Or maybe I'm misremembering. I thought you said it was around 30. It was, but they haven't totaled up yet. So we ended yesterday. Yesterday is still sitting. Yesterday is sitting at 34,000. Today, that number will update in a little bit, and it'll be, it's at 33. It'll be higher. It will be. The view count's higher, right? Like, everything's higher. So yesterday is just now at like 4.1. We ended at a 4. So yesterday ended at a 3.1. We ended at with 1,000 more views. So we got 1,000 more views. The impressions will update in a little bit, and we'll see that it was higher. And again, overnight, both the upload and both the live pulled up. They went like this in viewership. The upload especially was noticeable. Here, I'll just do a little. I'll snip it and show you. All right. Okay, so this is the arc. This is just the arc of my upload, right? So it was just going like this. It was about to plateau, and then all of a sudden it went boop. This happened last night, and my VOD did the same exact thing. Our live stream from yesterday did the same exact thing at the exact same time. It's after 3 a.m. So I think at 3 a.m., Creature can correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was 2 a.m., but it might be 3 a.m. right now because of the time change. Around 2 or 3 a.m., everything resets, right? So I think what happened was everything reset, and it started saying, oh, the only thing we have to show people that like his channel or his content is this upload and this live stream. And the views went up. Oh, it is 3? Yeah, it's right after 3. So it's like as soon like we did what we did yesterday. We said what we were going to do, and we saw results as soon as it rolled over at 3 o'clock. You know? Yeah, the same thing happened. It's not quite as strong on the VOD, but the same thing happened right after 3 o'clock. It pulled up. It's not as strong, but there's a slight bump on the VOD. It's stronger on the upload. You have to consider the green room wasn't set to private until this morning, so the green room was potentially still causing a little bit of a conflict with the live. Everything resets. They tell you, oh, here's how many views you got yesterday. Like the all of the metrics basically roll over into the next day. So like right now, it's like, hey, you got 10,000 views yesterday. Well, it'll tell me that at 3 in the morning. That's when everything kind of rolls over into the new. Now it's a new day. It's a new start. It's a fresh start. So as soon as everything resets and starts over for the next day, both my pieces of content pulled up. I don't know what else to call that other than a positive result in our experiment. So, what's the high scores? Record views? I don't know what you mean. If you mean like live views, I don't know. If you mean total views on a video, Light No Fire uploads our strongest upload, and I believe our strongest live stream was the GTA 6 waiting room that we did. Yeah, followed by a First Descendant gameplay stream. Everything was better, Brett. Everything was better. We were just talking about it like 3 in the morning. Even my upload and my VOD from yesterday pulled up. It's yeah. I think we've put our finger on a problem, and the solution is working. So let's look at these feeds though. Space Marine 3 probably the lead. Not a video though. I don't think. Maybe I don't know if that's a 4. They just announced they're making it. I don't know if there's much to say. I don't know if there's much to say. Looking at the news feeds right now. Not seeing much other than Space Marine 3. Do. Power Wash Sim 2. I saw that. That's probably a game for Wishlist and Radar. You were surprised you enjoyed Power Wash Sim? It's co-op apparently. Was the first game not co-op? Why did I think it was? The first game was co-op? Yeah, I thought the first game was co-op. Oh, it is. Number 2 is going to do split screen. Power Wash Simulator 2. Looks great. Okay, multi-plat release. Where did they officially announce split screen, though? Do they have like a splash? They have like details somewhere? Oh, the Steam page has it. Shared split screen co-op. Oh, yeah. Clean and split screen. Yeah. All right. That can be our wish list radar game. We don't seem to have a release date, but it looks like it's slated for this year. Yeah, coming 2025. Okay. Let me reopen. I'll just use the I'm just going to use the trailer. Twilight Monk is right around the corner as well. That was a cool little indie Metroidvania that we checked out at one point. Oh, man. Rainbow Six Siege X closed beta. I don't really cover stuff like that, but maybe. It's pretty dry out here again. Insider Gaming says there's another PlayStation Live service game that they're working on, but they haven't announced it. Patch 1.2 for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Barber Mode, modding on Steamworks, host of fixes, change your style, tweak the game. Wheel of Time Season 3 premiere looks like it's getting good scores. I'm hoping. I thought the second season was great. I liked it. I know people don't like how they made some changes to things, but I just like some books, it's like they're going to. As long as you don't assassinate characters. So I would think weren't getting a Death Stranding 2 State of Play in May. I don't understand your question. Are you saying we're not getting one or we are getting one? Which is it? Oh, you think we are getting one in May? Well, the game's coming out in June. So I would say that's a safe bet. You know, I would say it's a safe bet. They would do it in May. They might do it in April, though, because if they do the showcase in May, I feel like they would do the showcase in May, and they would end the showcase with a 20-minute Yote thing like they did with Spidey. See, the difficulty is they like to market things like one at a time, though. So I do feel like Death Stranding 2 is probably at the front of the line. You think Yote drops this year? Why would I not think it drops this year? They announced it and said it was coming this year. What would make me think they're not doing that? Their very first trailer dropped for Yote, and they said that it's coming out in 2025. It's been 5 years since the last game came out. You're just wondering? No, that's what I mean, though. I don't know why people are thinking that it's not going to make it. I don't get where that's coming from. Other than the people that write, fan fiction, I don't know where that's coming from. There's not been any indication that it's not coming. They don't give windows and dates anymore unless they're sure. Hogwarts is like 12 pounds on Steam. Don't forget to pre-order the DualSense tomorrow and the collector's edition of Death Stranding 2 on Monday. I don't think I'm going to do collector's edition of Death Stranding 2, but I am interested in the Last of Us controller. I am. Oh, the VOD has already processed from this morning. Whoops. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50, 110, 130, 150, 210, 250. There we go. I don't recall God of War Ragnarok ever having an official date until we got the actual release date. Yeah, no, they've done that a lot. They did that with Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2, I remember people pulling the same. Listen, they always do this with PlayStation games. They claim that Spider-Man 2 was getting delayed because they didn't give us a release date at the showcase. And then what'd they do? They gave the release date to Jeff Keighley, and all those people looked silly. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about here?
I remember in the lead up to Ragnarok, it was insane. Like, I was put off by the way they handled Ragnarok.
Yeah, because we're just like dying for a release date. So I'm not at all surprised that they said Yote's coming in 2025, and then they haven't said anything since. That's exactly how they've marketed up to this point, and I think that the continued insistence that that's like some kind of a sign of trouble or something. It's like
just the way they communicate, and it is super frustrating.
Yeah, I would love to go into 2025 and no dates. I think it would be great. I do. That's why I've always said that Xbox is in a good position every year with the Dev Direct to kick off the year and to say, hey, here's everything coming this year, and to give dates, right? I think that's a great way to set your table.
If you could follow through with the dates.
For sure. Which I think that helps them follow through with the dates, right? If they wait until January of every year, those dates should be solid at that point. Should be. Should be.
Let me stop. They can't get a year right. How do you think they're going to get a month right? They can't tell you what year a game's coming.
Oh, well. So, yeah, it looks like we're dealing with Space Marine 3.
It's bad.
PlayStation Live service game, and
there are things we could do, but they're not going to work. Would you like to talk about live service, or would you like to talk about AI, or would you like to talk about Ubisoft? Our top three things that our audience doesn't respond to.
Yeah. Although, I think PlayStation Live Service has gone better for us because of Concord.
It has to be negative. We don't know anything to be negative about.
We know that there's a job listing for an undetermined studio, and they're theorizing what it could be. It says the unannounced project will feature competitive esports and live service elements. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. It sounds like you're targeting the part of the markets that's the most saturated already. You want fun, whimsical, or PvE live service, not competitive in esports.
Is my math wrong, or are we still missing one?
I don't even know. They've canceled so many dadgum games.
There were 12. We know the fate of 7. We know Marathon. We know what's the weirdo heist shit called?
Fair Games.
Fair Games. We know Concord. We know Horizon MMO. That leaves 2 out there, right? This one Tom Henderson's talking about it, another one.
Death Stranding came way earlier. Sony must be able to hit a rhythm. It certainly feels like we're about to have a really good cadence, because if next year is Intergalactic, Saros, and Wolverine, whoo-wee. What's that?
The Last of Us's most recent trailer is at 158 million views and counting.
Oh, the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. The show's trailer's going nuts.
That franchise is on fire.
I love how everybody thinks. That's what was so funny about people being like, there's no Last of Us 3. Haha, go woke, go broke. I'm like, are you paying attention? Are you paying attention?
Yeah, that franchise is on fire. And I would bet when they get part 3 done, because of the popularity of the show, I bet the popularity of part 3 exceeds 1 and 2 combined.
It broke records. Yeah, little did these people know when they say go woke, go broke, games were going to actually, breaking records is what you mean by broke.
That's the thing, man, is sneaky popularity, right? Like, if you look at PlayStation's lineup, you would assume that Kratos is the big dog, right? But Last of Us and Aloy turn numbers, man. They turn fucking numbers.
Yeah, no, we couldn't play Death Stranding all day, Sven. I mean, we could do that for members, but as a public stream, that would be terrible.
I mean, for interaction levels, it would be terrible. I've seen quite a few people playing Death Stranding. We're trying to capitalize on the popularity of that trailer. went really well for you when you played Returnal after the Sorrows trailer.
This is true. This is true.
Death Stranding in 2025 could be a play.
That feels like a Friday play, right? Like what we did with Returnal.
I mean, seeing as tomorrow's Friday, that would make sense, in my opinion.
Oh, frick, tomorrow's Friday. My kids are like this. My whole week's thrown off. Like, we didn't do church Sunday. We didn't do church last night. Like, I don't know what frickin' day it is. I'm untethered.
Landman renewed for season 2. They're filming, homie. And you're a month behind. I enjoy that show, and my wife likes that show, but we both kind of had the same feedback. I hope they do something better with some of the female characters, like his wife and daughter. I know you're not supposed to like them; they're kind of supposed to be what they are, but they go a little over the top with it. What's my homeboy Nutella saying?
They launched Copilot so you can jump back into games faster. It'll give you real-time coaching.
Oh, well, fuck. Well, Quick Resume's out of here. AI's taking over.
Yeah, that's another great reason to buy an Xbox, Copilot. I wonder if it'll play the games for
Omar, I'm talking about are you watching Landman? His wife and daughter, their characters are just, they're over the top in every way you can imagine, and it's annoying.
Social Blade started working again this morning, and then they're launching a new site, so that might have been on their end.
Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah. Interesting that they started getting credit for view count again too, like right before they changed their website. It might have been related.
Yeah, we haven't done Paradise yet. We're gonna let Paradise stack. We're catching up on Silo right now. And I want to watch this this new thing on Prime from your people.
Wheel of Time?
No, the people who made Chosen have a series out about David.
They do?
Yeah, they have a brand new series out about David. I wanna catch that. Yeah, House of David it's called. You see it?
Hang on. I'm gonna look up and see if I can find a trailer.
Helldivers wasn't part of that 12.
So a month ago, oh, that artwork's dope. It's standing right there before Goliath. Oh, they got Goliath just straight up in the trailer. Walking out.
I haven't watched the trailer.
There he is. He's friggin' towering over.
Bungie's Payback wasn't included. Last of Us Factions wasn't included. But the rest of those, yeah. So there's still one missing. Yeah, there's still one missing. Paradise it is over. Okay. Well, I mean, we'll catch up on it after we catch up on Silence.
There's disagreement on that, Sen. It's somewhere between like 7 and 9 feet tall. Like there's not, because they do it in, I think they describe him as so many cubits. He stood 6 cubits in a span, which people are like, that's like 9 foot. But then other people argue it's like closer to 7 foot.
People used to be that big.
He was he was. Wait. Who was that? Is that what's her face from? I recognize her. No, maybe I don't recognize her. Must be somebody else, like the angle.
Were you IMDb in?
Like that looks like the girl who plays in Daredevil as Vanessa.
Deborah Wall?
What's Vanessa's actress's? What's her name? Islet Zerer? Oh, it is. It's her. Yeah, it's her. Her IMDb picture is like when she was much younger. Yeah, she's in it. She plays Queen Ahinoam. Yeah, that's her. She's in House of David as a queen.
What's her name? Because I don't even see her on the call sheet.
Islet Zerer. She was born in Tel Aviv.
Oh, yeah. There she is.
When you go to her IMDb, the picture of her is like, it doesn't look like her because it's probably from a longer time ago. She's aged incredibly well. She is just gorgeous, but that's an older picture of her. She's very young there. So I scrolled right past her. I was like, that's not her.
Yeah, Queen, I'm not even going to try to butcher whatever name that's.
It would be probably pronounced Ahinoam. Hebrew is a lot like Latin in some cases. It's their pronunciations are debated. They got David right. He's short. His brothers should be taller and better looking. I mean, these stories are epic and the
guy who plays Saul here, he looks familiar. What do we know him from?
King Saul, Ali Suleiman.
Yeah, he looks familiar, right? Where do we know him from?
Lone Survivor, The Kingdom, Body of Lies.
The Kingdom. Oh, and Body of Lies. That's right.
The guy who plays David, I think they did a good job. They picked a nobody. I think that's the right call.
Now, is this his total story, or is this just him fucking homeboy up?
This season, I would imagine from the shots I'm seeing, is not going to be his kingly reign. It'll be his. This is like his origin story, right?
I'm not certain. I don't know anything about it. It just caught my eye, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like the stuff those people do.
A lot happens once he's a king. He has his mighty men. He does a lot of really bad, stupid stuff. He's not a king yet here. This is how
he became the king.
Well, they established that he's the chosen one in this. I don't know if they'll establish it in this story, though. They might do that later. Because,
yes, Fuzzy. Good call. Good eye. He wasn't Jack Ryan. No, but I like the people who did The Chosen. I feel like they did a really bang up job with that show, and I see that they're the ones doing this, so I was like, I'll give that a shot because I like the work those people did.
Samuel anoints David before he faces Goliath, but he's not king though. It's a prophecy, right? He's anointed. The brothers are passed over, which is really shocking to not pick the oldest, the strongest, to not pick the firstborn. So he's the youngest and the smallest, and it was Samuel basically comes to anoint the king as a prophet, and they're like, surely it'll be this one. No, bring me your next son, bring me your next son. They get to the point where he's like, do you have any more sons? And they're like, well, yeah, he's out tending the flock. And they bring David in, and then David is anointed, which is like, what the heck is going on? Why would he be anointed? That actually happens before Goliath. So that should be contained in this show. And it will obviously cause tension with his brothers.
Spoiler.
Sorry.
I haven't watched the show.
Sorry. You asked!
I didn't ask you to ruin the show.
That's not a major. So he also beats Goliath. Do you not want to know that?
What, I know that. I get it. You read the book. Okay.
Yeah. They'll probably use this though to set up him being king, because once he's king, buddy, it gets awesome. Like his mighty men, holy crap! You talk about like Achilles and the Myrmidon style stories, like really, really good.
Yeah, Jack. That book's got a tone. Yeah, I mean I'm not gonna jump on it like super quick. Like we're catching up on Silo right now, and then we're gonna do Paradise, and then we'll probably swing back to this, and then it'll be time for Last of Us and Andor 2, I think, right?
Andor 2's right around the corner. Wheel of Time is today. It's stupid how many. It's just so much content. We're staggering, so I'll never not have a show to watch for a long time. We probably won't go back to Hitchcock for an age, and Stranger Things sometime this year. So that outline that I threw in the Discord was...
Did you see...
I saw your input, yeah. I was just going to try that with our bullet point method. I could maybe make that this afternoon. We could let that ride over the weekend. It's always kind of nice to have a decent upload. To ride the weekend, unless you think a VOD of me playing Death Stranding 2.
I think a VOD of you playing Death Stranding might play better right now. I think we're a little premature. I understand where this take is coming from, but to average Joe gamer, we might be premature with this. Like they need to say something, do something. They need to make some noise again before we do this one.
What about my other opinion?
The outline will hold.
Okay.
The outline will certainly hold.
I think it will. I put another one in there. It kind of came to me today when we were discussing it in morning coffee. Death Stranding shouldn't exist. I might want to get more time in the game before we make that one.
Yeah, you want to play some more before you make that one.
Yeah. But I love that. I love that as a video.
It certainly rings true. Like, I would love to have been a fly on the wall when he pitched that game to hear what he said to get them to buy into it.
Well, there's so many.
Or if he just showed up with it. And they were like, this is not going to work. Oh, wait, yeah, it will. Because to describe the game to somebody that's never played it, it just sounds awful. And to a degree, it's a sizable amount of it that is pretty awful. Let's be real. I've been so far in my play, I've spent most of my time trying not to bust my ass or watching a cutscene.
Yo, Marco, this stream is designed for you to be a part of shaping content, show POV, ideas, supplying articles, that kind of thing. You're basically a part of the content and what we do. So it's a way to end the day. It keeps things going. It's a little less like hyperactive, interactive talk show and a little bit more like research oriented. What did you think about, I don't know, you might not have been here for this morning. I said that.
No, I've been downtown all day. I didn't see any of the show, really.
Okay. We were kind of talking about how I took Zubair's advice. I watched some videos on...
I was here for that.
Okay. Well, I talked a little bit more at length about that in Morning Coffee.
I was here for that.
Oh, okay, cool. So during the talk show, I drew an analogy and thought, what if we also started engaging with... If there's so much nonsense out there, if there's things getting false framed, things that aren't true, is there room for debunk videos where we say, this is the one that I thought of. The thumbnail would literally be, FSR4 is not replacing PSSR. We basically make a debunking video. We go factual, we go calm and collected, but we basically debunk that notion and claim.
I like the direction of it. I wonder, is that topic how much gas is in that tank?
That might not be a great topic because it's so specific, but it's something that we can play with right now as an idea.
That's a shot we should have fired 3 days ago.
Perhaps.
Right?
We could have done the same thing with a lot of things that have happened lately where we're just like, that's not true. Instead of batting down the false narratives in the talk show and in the tweets or whatever, we would literally do it in a video.
This shit makes me want to wring your fucking neck sometimes.
What do you mean?
You mean instead of running counter narrative, we support narrative?
No. This would be counter narrative. It would be a video with the goal of debunking a claim.
Right. Are you talking about, clearly, calmly, and divisively stating what's factual? Or are you talking about listing what's not factual and explaining why it's not? Which one are you trying to do? Because one's counter narrative, one is support narrative.
I think we take, so the reason we have this is just one to play with. Like we said, I actually think it probably still has legs because a lot of big YouTubers are claiming that FSR4 is going to replace PSSR. I actually think this video plays. I still think it does. I say if someone makes that claim, like we would have done this with the PS5 Pro. Remember when we spent days on end debating you can build a PC to beat the Pro for $700? We would have made a video saying, no, you cannot. We would have said, you can't do it. There's no way you can do it. We've looked at the price. We've looked at this. We've We've tried to build a PC comparable. Here's what we would have done due diligence, right? We would have gone to the experts, gone to comparable power, and we would have said it can't be done. That video would have ate so good, and it would have aged really well when Linus couldn't even do it. I want to make a video that says this is something that's being claimed, and we say, nope, not true. It's the right kind of negative. We got to find the right kind of negative.
Do we say this, or do we go with the POV of this is being said and it's not true, or do we go with this is the truth about X?
So the video would be instead the truth about PSSR?
Yeah.
Is that more mystery gap and also maybe a little bit more friendly?
It's more friendly and it's more mystery gap.
No, I like it. I need to be able to do this. It's in my blood, it's in my veins, but we got to do it in a productive way.
It's fine It's fine. And the productive way, I caught a little bit of what you said earlier. I was chiming in chat. I was trying to drive and chat at the same time. Voice to text is horrible in my truck. I don't know what's going on there, but whatever. Not the point. If we have the expectation of others to attack your argument, your take, your position, right?
Yeah.
Your opinion, then we have to hold ourselves to the same standard, if not higher.
Yeah. I essentially said that today.
And do the same thing.
I said if we want the conversation to be elevated, we should be trying to elevate it ourselves.
Right. Standing around and waiting on others to catch up to where we want to be is not productive. We have to raise the bar and kind of tug people along, right?
Well, and I said this today. If you see the fan fiction, the nonsense, and the falsehood on Twitter, and you come into my stream and I'm ranting and raving about it, I seem like I'm just the other side of a toxic coin.
You're the flip side of the same coin.
Yeah, I'm the other. That's the way I phrase it. I'm the other side of a toxic coin. Oh, he's just doing the same thing. He's just going. He's just and it's like a great way to not. I don't have to. One of the things I got from the videos is don't defend yourself. Once you defend yourself, you're letting them know that it bothers you and you feel the need to defend yourself. Well, we don't have to defend ourselves if we structure the content in a way where I would just say, I have a video on that if you'd like to know my thoughts on that. I don't, and it doesn't come across as like Pony defending Sony. Right. They'll still say that's what I'm doing, and that's okay. But it's a lot harder to do that when we model a content type that makes it harder.
I don't care anything about what's hard or easy for those people. I care about holding ourselves to our own expectations and raising that bar every chance we get. And if you're talking about, a format of a style of video where you are, addressing the facts of something, then I'm for that. This is the truth about. This is the facts about. Not, this is a lie. This is false. This is whatever. Sure. There's crowds that plays in. But the truth about, the facts about, that has a wider audience and just makes you come off bigger. If that makes sense.
Right. It gives people a place where they come and they say, well, wait,
instead of arguing with idiots, instead of it looking like you're arguing against idiots, it looks like you're just calmly and rationally explaining a situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually think that's a way for us, and the beauty, the beauty of this is there is such a constant barrage of fan fiction and false frames. Like, this is endless content. Like, we can always, there's always a video to be made to a certain extent. Like,
yeah. The truth about PS5 Pro and the PC. The truth about PSSR. The truth about FSR4.
My POV is, I want to know what you think from your research. I don't like any reference to anyone else. Pointing to X and saying that this is BS is odd. Like, before you would debate chat, now you debate people who are not in the same room, and it comes off weird sometimes. Well, right, because, what happens is, Hilly, they come into the chat, they say something, and I know where they're getting it, so I go off on a tear, and I'm like, basically...
Right. But what he's saying is something, he's kind of echoing a sentiment that I had, like, a newcomer doesn't know who you're arguing against or with.
For sure.
Because they're not here.
Right. I said this morning, or at some point...
You just look like a crazy person.
Right. Like I said this morning at some point, like dishonesty, like it like provokes a dragon in me. And it's like, we've got to get to a place where that doesn't happen.
Right.
Like that's not.
Did you see what my response to that was this morning?
No. Well, I might have, but I don't remember what it was.
We have to get to a place where it's our responsibility, where we understand it's our responsibility to deliver facts and information. It's not our job to police other people doing it.
Right. No, yeah. No, and I agree. I think, and that was when we were kind of talking about if somebody does something, instead of being like, Daddy, they said this about, you just say, there's some articles and takes out here that are saying this. Let's analyze the truthfulness of this. And we just sort of break it down. And, The Verge has made this claim. Well, let's analyze the truthfulness of this.
And I'm not suggesting we back off of somebody's just out there blatantly lying, but if it's a headline, if it's somebody on Twitter, who cares? Who cares?
Well, I would only care about Twitter if it is a prominent journalist like Warren.
Yeah,
or somebody.
if it's Tom Warren, Tom Henderson, Ryan McCaffrey, right? You get what I'm saying? But we still make it about the outlet. We make it about the headline. We don't make it about the person.
Right.
Because we don't want anybody doing that to us. It gets us caught in an energy wasting spiral, a chasing of the tail, so to speak, if we're going to try to police other people telling the truth, because we're going to run out of gas way before they ever run out of lies.
I personally like you calling out dishonest media outlets like IGN because that's very responsible. I dislike when you call out nobodies on Twitter. I like your attitude towards... Yeah, I think, again, the attitude towards that has to be and this is what, like I said, I pulled from those videos, is just sort of a not... It's like you're not acknowledging it in a way of like dismissiveness. You're just sort of like, okay. Like, oh, hey, if somebody comes in and wants to bring up, someone made a video about you and they said all this, I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I just go on. Like, it's like, so what I was doing is like, I was giving them an emotional response, which is all they want. Whether there's a variety of responses, right? I could defend myself, I could insult them and say, well, of course, they're parasites or whatever. All of those responses display some level of emotion, which is what they want. If you're just like, oh, okay, that's fine, and I just move on, it's like, well, that's not fun.
Right.
There's zero energy transfer at that point. And it's like, and when the key moment that clicked the light bulb on for me when I was watching these videos is, number one, they said they'll do smear campaigns against you. And I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't realize like that's a narcissistic thing to do. And I'm like, that's exactly what they're doing. And they said, your first effort to cut them off will make them increase. And I'm like, that's exactly what happened. We did our absolute best to not talk about it or address it. And it went from 2 or 3 clips a day to 15. It's like, oh, so it does work, right? That's like evidence that it was working. It was like, I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I don't want to acknowledge it. And then he turned the heat up. And I was still doing, I feel like, a decent job not really addressing it or talking about it. But I'm telling you, the minute you had people like Destin and Paris legitimizing him, it just provoked me to be like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, and seeing it for what it is, I have to say, that's fine. That's okay. I mean, if that's what somebody wants to do, I'm not going to try and stop them. That's okay. I'm over here doing my thing. I'm hanging out with y'all and making vids and having conversations. So we got halfway there. It was like a half measure. It's like I got halfway there to gray rocking, and then the temperature got all the way beyond tolerable, and I responded. So That was a light bulb moment for me when I was like, oh, she's literally describing exactly what happened to me. It was eerie. It was so eerie.
And oddly, this kind of reverts back to a conversation you and I had about the thing Amy was asking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you react the same way? And it seems like this strategy is probably the same strategy you would take in that setting, right?
Yeah,
Like
if somebody came in and said, you believe in fairy tales, there's no God, I'd be like, okay.
Okay.
What makes you think what makes you think
you
that?
wouldn't even entertain that, right? You would just be like, yeah, you're not gonna go off on some, tirade about what a liar they are.
Yeah. I think my brain does something categorically where like there's things that are higher, and like this stuff seems so trivial, and then it provokes like why would we lie about these things? It's so silly, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's certainly very telling in some people's character, right? If you'll go to such great lengths to lie about something so insignificant, what the hell else have you got going on?
Yeah, Marco, I think the best thing to do is just to not look at stuff like that. If you're going to look at it, it's going to upset you. I just would just not look at it. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. And if it does, okay, that's okay too, That's fine.
There's a part of me that gets incensed about it too, but I know, I know if I start taking aim and start firing shots, that on some level I'm giving those people what they want. Exactly, Eugene. Block him. Anybody who puts it in your timeline, get rid of them too. Just.
And that's not like echo chamber. Like, you're protecting your own mental health. Like, I use Twitter as a tool. I'm just here to find stories about gaming and get excited about gaming. And if something's going to come in and disrupt that, I literally unfollowed developers that I respect because they just flooded my timeline with politics. And I'm like, and there were times that I agreed with them, and I'm still just like, I don't want to see this. That's not what I come to Twitter for.
And I get what you're saying. Blocking does seem petty, but if there's something in my timeline I don't want to see, I'll take the action necessary for it not to be in my timeline so I don't have to see it.
Or just mute. You can just mute. If you don't want to give them the satisfaction of the block, because sometimes they like that, like a troll.
Yeah, right.
A troll would say, "Oh, they got him. I got him angry." Just mute them.
Yeah.
Xbox Game Pass. Holy crap. I love how the gaming industry is all agreeing to turn on Grums. He says, Xbox, look at this, is legendary. This is legend. Come on, Xbox. I love this. Xbox Game Pass is pushing virtue signaling today, right? I don't know what the he's talking about. What game is he even talking about? Oh, is it the Red Strings Club? What is he upset about here?
No, look at the title of the fucking thing.
Oh, transgender non-binary community games. Oh no. Xbox Game Pass replies and says, by the way, here's 12 free codes for Game Pass to try them and decide for yourself. Oh. I love how I want the whole gaming world to just keep doing that. Just body him every time he tries something like that. Like Assassin's Creed just destroyed him. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Just keep it up. Yeah, use him to advertise. That's exactly right. Just keep doing it. Just let the world know. And we don't really care what you think, bro. Oh, it's great. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing.
Oh, what a wonderful moment. Sorry, Alton Lister. The Rain Man. One of my all-time favorite players right there, Spin.
Oof. That's nasty. That's nasty.
Oh, he was nasty. He was such a dirty player. I loved him. God, I loved him. Interviewer, his rookie year, they asked him in an interview what his long-term goals were in the NBA. He said, I want to dunk on everybody. I was like, I fucking love this guy. I don't want to win titles. I don't want to be a scoring champ. I don't want to be defensive player of the year. He's like, I just want to get everybody. I want to body everybody at least once. Yeah, that's Sean Kemp. You want to see something really impressive, Sven? Look up on YouTube Sean Kemp's top 50 plays. He was so dirty. Oh, he's such a good player. He couldn't play today. He'd get thrown out of every game. Like, think about that play right there. That was a no call. If he did that today, that's a $20,000 fine right there.
Oh, I need to do timestamps. Hang on, especially when we cover GTA. Okay. Intro. If I can keep doing it, I'm trying to time. I keep kind of landing on that 10-minute mark. I know people wanted it shorter, but it's the best I can do. Y'all just gonna have to put up with it.
Maybe, Sven. Maybe. Sonics legend Kevin Durant. You know, he was a shooting guard in Seattle. It's crazy. Crazy to think about. That's how the NBA has shifted. Paul George and Kevin Durant came into the league as shooting guards. Now they're power forwards.
I don't know what the frick y'all are talking about. I don't know what it means. I can't remember what I'm talking about here. Is this IP to Xbox and the content? All right. So what's going on with Ubisoft?
That'd be great for the NBA. If they come back, the Sonics, that's a great moment for the NBA.
$6:30.
I think the vote's been finalized to soon Parasite, but a lot can go wrong. Until I see Adam Silver holding the team logo, you know.
$9:04.
Yeah, that fucking portal. It's DOA, man. What a useless device.
What are you laughing at, lady? Isn't it loud?
It's so loud.
She called it a typewriter. No, they hear it. What? What's it? Oh, okay. Can you just put it in any of the slots? No. Tyler, you're sexy. All right. I need a quick break. Gee, actually, you know what? The whole day got pushed back, chat, and that probably is a bummer. It's going to eat into your green room, but
one thing to note, stick in the in your little category list there, stick the portal in there, because the next time they talk, I want to do a full rundown of the portal.
like a portal. Oh, a portal video?
Yeah, like the truth about the portal.
Hang on a second.
Because remember, it was dead on arrival. Nobody's going to buy it. What a useless device. Now you can play like 600 games on that motherfucker, including PSP and PS1 games. And did I read an article this morning that says it's getting PSSR?
No, that's
correctly?
probably the next thing. That was Detective Seeds talking about, I believe, the next portal.
The Q, not the Q light, right?
Yeah, the actual one when it finally lands, which that corroborates. I got a little wink and a nudge when I said I think they had a breakthrough with PSSR. Seeds was saying the iteration of PSSR on the Pro right now is like 3 iterations old, and then future iteration is planned for the portal, which he's like, that could be the current portal. I'm like, that is not the current portal. There's no hardware there to support that. So what we decided that tomorrow we would do.
Yeah, don't trust that Seeds character. He never gets anything right.
Yeah, he doesn't know what freak he's talking about. So we decided no upload tomorrow. We would do second segment.
Yeah, we'll do second segment of a little Death Stranding gameplay. See if we can catch some lightning in a bottle there. If you want, we can run your truth about PSSR. We can do that Monday.
We could do that Monday. Okay. Yeah, the Returnal in 2025 did us solid. It picked up 2.3 after the fact. It's sitting at a 5.6.
Yeah,
I mean, it's sure, beautiful. It's beautiful.
I'm sure after that trailer and the director's, if I'm not mistaken, the director's cut of Death Stranding is on PS Plus right now, isn't it?
I have no idea.
The shit's free, so people are going to be playing it.
Okay, so we got.
Let's take a little walk through releases for this coming week, because I think we got something, don't we?
PlayStation. I don't think we should cover the Rainbow Six Siege thing. That's just so out of my wheelhouse.
What about it?
They revealed their new details, new game mode. Are they going free to play?
Does anyone care?
Yes, yeah, I'm not going to cover that. Okay, we need a third.
I don't know.
We need a third. Hang on, I got to help them get this movie going. I was just gonna end the stream, but it sounds like we're not quite done yet. If I'm not doing an upload, we can go a little bit longer. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. College football is your thing. College football's taking a step in the right direction. I still struggle with it, though. watching future NFL receivers burn future car insurance salesmen for touchdowns gets a little boring. Oh, the Silent Hill F thing is like happening right now, huh? No, it's 6 o'clock. Yes, sir, it is there. Pac-Man on a bike. You're talking about Death Stranding on PS Plus. It is there. Is that what you're responding to? I'm not trying to say you shouldn't enjoy it. I'm just telling you why it bores me. I'm thrilled that you like it. Roll Tide or whoever you root for. Oh, okay. Director's cut is on there. McConaughey. McConaughey's a Longhorn, buddy. Oh yeah, your little gif is he's throwing the Longhorns. It was still. Yeah. What is it specifically, though, Lone Wolf? Because they're saying they're making the biggest change to Rainbow Six Siege ever. Like, what they do? Like, put cat ears in the game? Like, what's going on? Yeah, getting ready to sell Rainbow Six Siege to Microsoft. Or worse, Tencent or Embracer, somebody that just do nothing with it. What does Siege run on? Spin? Does it run on Snowdrop? I I have actually never played Rainbow Six Siege. Anvil next. any game? That's a pretty bold statement, homie. That's pretty bold. You got yeah, I've never played it, but that's pretty bold. You got Apex out there, you got Call of Duty out there, you got Destiny out there. Eesh, I don't, yeah, that's a bold ass statement. Yeah, because we can talk all the shit we want about Destiny and Call of Duty, but the gunplay in Destiny and Call of Duty it's not rivaled. I mean, call them 1A, call them 1A and 1B. Yeah, they're not challenged.
Okay.
Titanfall 2 is Apex. Same system. Okay, anyway. Releases. We missed the boat, but didn't you want to play this Dungeons of Hinterberg? Didn't you want to play that?
No. That came to Xbox last year and the combat looked clunky and I didn't. It's what? It's coming to PlayStation now?
Yeah, today. Let's see. Tuesday, we have 33 Immortals. You're jumping on that, right?
33 Immortals?
I think.
No, I don't think so.
Did they get delayed?
I don't think I want to play it live. It's like a it's like a dungeon raid MMO thing. I have zero interest in it now that I know what it is.
But I thought it was like bite size of that stuff.
It's like an MMO raid, and when you die, you're out. I've completely lost interest in it.
None of the MMO stuff though, just the raid part.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's any reason for us to step foot in that game. I don't think there's at all any volume or I don't think anybody cares about that game.
Okay. And then Thursday we got Shadows.
Yeah. I mean, there's an 11-month-old trailer on Xbox. It doesn't even have 100,000 views. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, Shadows is the game next week.
So the only thing we've got next week is Shadows Thursday, right?
Yeah, it's like a roguelike for sure, but it's also supposed to be like it's. I didn't mean it's like an MMO. It's supposed to be like an MMO raid. Hey, I want to play.
When do the?
I just don't have any interest in it. I think it looks like a game I would hate almost instantly.
The previews and the reviews drop Monday, do they not?
Previews are the 18th, which is Tuesday.
Okay, so Tuesday we're talking Shadows. And then, is there any early access?
No.
I thought if we bought the big dog shit, we got in early. Are you sure?
I thought they got rid of early access after the delay.
That could be.
Yeah, it's the 20th for everybody. I think that was a big frustration point that people had. Ubisoft scrapped the idea of early access when they delayed it, this says. I remember people were pissed about that because they had pre-ordered and they were like, well, now I'm not getting early access. I think that's why they were refunding people if they wanted it.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Paul. I thought it was a roguelike.
It is, but it isn't. It's 33 people jumping in a raid, and when people die, they're out. So when you die, you're out. I don't know. My response to it went so tepid once some of the early previews came out. I was like, that sounds like I would hate it. There's nothing about that sounds like I would enjoy playing.
So what happens if all but two of you die? You got to fight the boss, just the two of you?
Yes. So people can disconnect. People can rage quit. If you lose enough people, they'll leave. The combat looks slow, clunky, and I don't have any interest in this. I think it looks like a game where I would be almost instantly annoyed.
It sounds like you're dependent on other people to have a good time in that game too.
Yeah, like watch the sword play and the movement.
That sucks. I thought you were really high on this game.
It was on my radar. I was never like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to play it. I was just like, oh, that sounds like a really cool concept, and I like Thunder.
Maybe I'm confusing it with. I thought this was like a tower something.
Are you thinking of Towerborn?
Maybe.
Towerborn's the side scroller with a lot of combat depth that I think looks really good. This is from Thunder Lotus. These are the guys that made Sundered and Spiritfarer, and so I like them as a dev. But once I saw gameplay and heard some of the previews, I was like, I don't have any freaking desire to play this. Like, the combat looks clunky and slow.
This looks like some shit Barrier would play.
Yeah, Friday nights with 33 Immortals with you guys could be fun, but again, you need 33 people or you're going to get match made. I don't even know if you can group up. Wasn't that one of the complaints in the preview, was that you couldn't group up? You just had to randomly match with people? It's pickup and raid matchmaking. I don't even know if you can go in with a group. I feel like that was one of the negative pieces of criticisms.
You're
right. 33 Immortals. Are you mixing it up with Expedition 33?
I might be.
I've never been like singing the praises of 33 Immortals.
Okay, yeah. I've got them confused. The turn-based crazy graphic shit.
Yes.
With the crazy long name, right?
Yes, that's the game that I'm like, oh, that could change my opinion, on turn-based. Yeah, for sure. 33 Immortals, I think, looks cool, and I've liked it from a distance because it's Thunder Lotus, but I again, once the previews came out, I was like, I think I'd hate that. It could be fun if we could get 33 people to play on a Friday night. That could be literally hilarious. Like, it would be bedlam.
We couldn't get 33 people to play Call of Duty.
That's true. We could not get 33 people to play Call of Duty. I think the most we've ever had, even for Fall Guys, which is a frickin' free game, I think the most we've ever had is in the 20s.
Like 16.
I think if we did it on a Friday afternoon or a Saturday afternoon, we might get better turnout.
There were a shit ton of people. What did we play? Was that Fall Guys when me and Trill Troll were beating the shit out of each other?
You and Trill beat each other up in the animal game.
What was that?
That was Animal Party.
Oh, there was a lot of people in that game because there were a lot of fucking people in the way.
I don't think there was more than 10, though. I don't think you can get that many people in that game. It was fun.
Party animals, yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. We have had fun with games like that for sure. We have, but we've always struggled with turnout. Always.
That's right, because Siege Master. Yeah, I remember you. That was like your main game. Like you had all the skins and everything. There was Judgment.
Your husband's already dreading Power Wash Simulator. I like Power Wash Simulator for about 20 minutes, and I'm like,
can
I'm
a
good.
party be on Warzone? You can have 150 people in a Warzone instance, 4 per party. I wouldn't count on it, Will Hancock. I would love for GTA 6 to allow us to do something community-based I would not hold your breath.
For what game?
GTA 6. I would not hold your breath. No, it doesn't work, Omar. Warzone doesn't. We've tried it. The call it the muscle memory, call it whatever you want. Some people just don't know how to hold back and have fun. They come meted out to the T trying to slay out. It doesn't it's not fun.
Yeah, we've always struggled with games like that. Like Midnight Murder Party would be tough because people, you just never know if people are gonna cheat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just never know. There's always the problem with Among Us. We ran into the same problem.
Yeah, I don't think, yeah, because it just turns into everybody kill a streamer. Lone Wolf, it's not a question of it not being available. Like, there's a lack of interest on Lono's part, probably a fair amount of lack of interest in the community. Like, we're gonna have 12 or 15 people in this community playing GTA 6. There's not gonna be 100 of us playing.
I don't know. I think GTA 6 might have more people here playing than you think.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not going to hang my hat on it, but I don't know. I feel like there are going to be a lot of people that want to play that, just from the sheer spectacle and
if the RP stuff, man, we could do stuff with that, man. Because we could have our own personal reforged instance, and everybody could set up shop and do shit, But again, I don't know if you've got the interest to maintain that.
I mean, that works with the Friday F around format, right? Like we could have a Friday segment where we're going.
I'd love it. It would be so dope. But
going to GTA 6 and we could call it FAFO Fridays, dude. F around and find out.
Yeah.
We'll just F around and find out. We're gonna find out what's gonna happen.
Yeah, some of the RP servers, the Siege Master, they're out of control. Like, you can't even speed. Like, some of them are just out of fucking control. The sandbox servers are fun, though.
Well, it looks like tomorrow is going to be Space Marine 3, Xbox Co-Pilot, and then PlayStation Live Service.
Well, they're sticking Co-Pilot in everything, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, every fucking thing. Like, there's even a tab on the bottom of my browser that won't go away now that has Co-Pilot on it. Like, look at this shit. Like, it just lives there.
That's terrible.
Because
Can't you uninstall it? I feel like I uninstalled that. I uninstalled something.
you probably uninstalled the desktop version. Because it's surprisingly good, Talica. It's surprisingly good. Like that memory leak shit that you guys get in chat with the YouTube chat, I don't get that. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Paul. I meant to say that. Yeah, what Paul said.
What is that? Silent Hill F is on tonight. Keep room for it.
That's at 6:00, just in case that's worth a shit.
That could be a wish.
Transmission about the new game.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we're going to do talk show and then some Death Stranding and then Split Fiction with Hilly.
Yeah, just remember to, do your thumb, your title, and your tags and everything for Death Stranding in 2025, just like you did for Returnal, right?
Yeah, I think I just named it Returnal Gameplay in 2025 is how I did it. And then the thumb obviously was... Yeah, Returnal Gameplay in 2025.
It's better than Chrome. Like, I bounce between... I used the Firefox Developer Edition, Edge, and Brave. I have Chrome installed because I have to test with it, but I don't use it.
Yeah, Chrome has become a nightmare. I just use it out of comfort, and it's like not that annoying to deal with the chat thing. So, all right. Well, we got enough. I mean, I think tomorrow will be fun. Yeah, and then we'll do more Split Fiction with Hilly tomorrow. That way we will hopefully then have a whole playlist on the channel. I'll probably have to go back and properly maybe make some better thumbs, because I think last week I had to throw one together because I forgot to make one. But yeah, we took a decent chunk out of it, 3.5 hours.
What kind of gameplay session are you looking to have in Death Stranding so you can map your time out properly here? Because you're going to do Hilly at 3, so you're kind of gonna want to hard out at 1, right, to go to Death Stranding.
Yeah, we could run an incentive. They seem to want to see me play it, so if they go crazy, maybe we hit the goal. Maybe they hit a stretch and I go early or something.
The faster they hit the goal, the faster you go to it.
Yeah. Well, because the goal is for Friday night. Once they hit that, we could say, well, stretch, you guys can make me go and play it earlier today.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
So the faster you guys hit the goal tomorrow, the more Death Stranding you get.
This is correct. Because especially right now with the news so dry, like chat just kind of starts to lull because like there's not as much to talk about, which is totally fine. Like it's
No, DS1 tomorrow is guaranteed El Duderino. But
yeah, that's the second segment.
The quicker you guys hit the goal, the quicker he goes to it. So what's the Friday night goal? 500.
Yeah, and we're gonna hit. We're at 405, so we're on pace to hit that. The stretch goal.
What's the stretch? 600?
We always do another 100 for stretch.
Okay, so at 600, when you guys hit 600, if you don't hit 600, he's going to Death Stranding at 1 o'clock. If you hit 600, he's going to Death Stranding when you hit 600.
Yeah.
Or am I talking for you?
No, that's exactly right. If they hit it, I go. We're going no matter what, but they can make me go and play earlier, which that is definitely the kind of game where, the longer play session, the better. I guess the worry would be, though, do we want... Because if, let's say they pull crazy and they go at noon, do we want a 2 or 3 hour stream of that?
I mean, for context of that game, yeah.
Hang on, Returnal ended up being kind of long, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Returnal's 4 hours. Never mind, I'm talking out of my butt.
Yeah.
I think gameplay streams get
And
better
I
treatment.
really wanted you to keep going in Returnal. I thought you were going to beat the game. I thought you were going to have a clean run.
We have the checkpoint, but sadly, I had something going on. Oh, there was a Valentine's Day event at our church that night.
Yeah. I thought you were going to do a clean run. I really did. Well, he's going to skip the cutscene, Siege Master. Don't kid yourself.
Huh?
You're going to skip the cutscenes, right?
I want to know what's going on. What do you mean? I skip the transitions, like where you go down the room and come back up. But once a cutscene starts,
that's what I'm talking about. Like, not the story stuff.
Yeah. Story, I want to know.
But there's so much, everything all the time. Like, do you want to take a shower? Yeah, I don't want to watch myself take a shower.
Got another update from Nate the Hate just hit about Elder Scrolls Oblivion announcement and release timing. The remake, the reveal and the release are targeting next month. The gap between reveal and release will be minimal. A shadow drop is possible. I'll include that in tomorrow's show. That's a little update. Thank you, Nate.
For Elder Scrolls what?
The Oblivion remake in Unreal 5.
Oh. Because I see they've got an event scheduled for April 10th.
That's the game. That's the game that I think, if it comes out and it's well received, it could put pressure on Bethesda to leave creation for Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, some of the details about this Xbox handheld. Jesus.
It's bad, isn't it?
Oh boy.
It's bad.
You covered that in the live show today?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's just going to be a ROG. It's just an Asus handheld with an Xbox logo on it.
Like, what's the point? You don't even have access to your library. What's the fucking point? Why are they branding this thing an Xbox?
I don't know. People really got a real quick chub over it too. Like real quick. Like Paris retweeted and was like, he said Jez chose violence this morning. I'm like, the frick are you talking about? What do you mean? Cerny's out here talking about working with AMD to bring FSR 4 to the market and to improve a PSSR. And y'all are like, yeah, dude, we're going to get an Asus handheld with an Xbox logo on it. Like, okay.
Like, if that's true, I believe it even less now. Because why would you do that?
Because I think they're either doing a market test to see reception, but they're also probably just saying, why would we make our own if we can get her to do it?
What am I looking at here, Caster? Like, there's no preview there. There's no nothing. Like, the mystery gap is admirable, but... Oh, Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers. There's still no release date on this game, though, is there?
No, Wu Chang has not announced their release date. No. They're doing that annoying marketing push where like every day they're like, who wants this? Who wants that? Da, 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 da. We want a release date, bro.
There's a lot of particles in that game. A lot of particle effect.
I had somebody tell me that I'm pedaling for the left.
Oh, well.
Yeah. He says, I used to be a big fan, Lono, and defended you, but somehow you still continually push for ideals for the same types of people that put you on the stake. I don't like Grums, but it's obvious you are still pedaling for the left, and it's extraordinarily cringe. At least be neutral, but that is obviously too hard for you. I said, I like seeing Assassin's Creed and Xbox clap back on a grifter, and I am, quote, pedaling for the left. Sure, Jan.
Yeah.
Huh? I wish people had the ability to understand how my worldview doesn't even remotely line up with the left.
Do you think these people know what the left and the right mean? Like when they say these things, do you think they know what they mean?
And that has nothing to do with why I got canceled. It wasn't a left versus right thing. It was a bunch of jealous content creators versus another content creator.
I disagree there a little bit. There's definitely some heavy left-leaning practices involved there. But, like, cancel culture is totally a leftist thing. But,
not anymore.
Yeah, because it's dead.
Yeah, are you gonna tell me these anti-woke guys aren't pro cancel culture? It's part of their brand to label and to try to hurt the sales of something.
Yeah, I know they're just borrowing it. I just don't think they know what leftist and right wing means. I don't. I see them using it. I see them trying to use it against you, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think that means what you think it means.
Yeah, I think both sides are all about make the other side be quiet if we don't like what they say. Like, I think, censorship is a historically hyper-conservative ideal, and then the left got very much like silence and cancel, and and the right's doing it now too. I don't think anybody's immune to that extreme idea that like we're gonna silence the other side. It's like, what the frick?
You're right.
Kind of poor form. Yeah, that is not classy at all for Fragpunk to do that.
Yeah. Let's get a link to that really quick. Let's have a look.
Is that a real tweet? I'm having trouble finding that. Are we sure that's real?
The Fragpunk thing, or the thing Assume Parasite's talking about? That's what I want to link to.
How interesting. Someone is live on Twitter with Lono's stream up. Could you provide us with a link to that? That's actually completely not allowed. Yeah, I'm having trouble finding the Fragpunk thing. Yeah, you can't restream my content. That doesn't fall under fair use. I mean, I guess if they're actively reacting to me, but this is paid for content, which is... They must have deleted it then. They probably got a lot of hate for it. Rightfully so. You shouldn't be, like, boasting about a company having to shut down. That's not funny. My bad, it's a video. Oh, yeah, people are uploading clips from my streams all the time. That's totally normal.
Oh, yeah, that's super normal.
That's just another day in paradise.
Restreaming, that's not okay, though.
Yeah, restreaming my content unless they were sitting there actively reacting, that's allowed. But if they were sitting here actively reacting to paid for content, I would contact Twitter and say that you can't let somebody do that. This is a paid for stream. That's completely out of bounds.
Yeah, what is Frag Pope thinking? Like,
The tweet was shortly deleted after posting, but not before numerous fans and developers of Mountain Talk caught wind of the post. Yeah, that's some intern trying to meme it up and get traction, and that's completely that's just lacks in taste and class. You should never like opportunistically celebrate a game getting canceled for your game's sake. Like, that's that's in poor taste.
yeah. I mean,
For the class, it's gone. There's no reason to look at it. I mean, they posted the Captain America. So you messed up. Well, I can do it all day. It's not even a good meme. Like, this isn't even a good meme. That's not how you're supposed to do this meme. Like, so you messed up. While I can do it all day. Like that.
Yeah, somebody got fired for that.
That's not even how you use that meme. It's like watching old people try to meme on Facebook. You're like, what?
Wait a minute. What do you...
Cartoons, music, books. Yeah. I mean, I was raised pretty hyper conservative Christian, and we really liked cancel culture back in the day, bro. We loved it.
Way back then, yeah.
Trying to cancel books, movies, TV shows.
Yeah.
It's got witchcraft in it. It's got this. It's got that. Get it out of here.
Got gay shit in it. Get it out of here.
That's right. All right, I got to go, though. I got to get this stuff done. The whole day got pushed back. No upload tomorrow, but a big, fun, full day. This is going to be, I think, a really, really fun thing, and hopefully the support for the Death Stranding gameplay's there. And then tomorrow night with Madam, I'm sure will be a hoot and a holler, as long as you guys, as long as my kiddos are good for tomorrow. That'd be the only threat to tomorrow night's stream.
Look at this fucking meme fuzzy guy.
Does that animate?
Yeah.
He rubs it on his face.
Right on his face.
Like, give me that cake, right on my face. That is good. That's good. All right, y'all. Take care. Be easy. Behave yourselves. You know.
At Pierre, troll. That's where this intern's going. He's going to see Pierre.
That's right. Remember, guys. Be gray rocks on Twitter. All right. Don't let these people. Don't even care. Mute. Move on. Mute. Move on. Be like water. All right. I'll see you guys in the morning for morning coffee. Thanks for all you do. And tomorrow should be a great Friday. All right. Just, pray my kiddos are all, bettering on the men so that tomorrow's just a good day for them as well. All right. Take care. And we'll see you.